invite you to ask yourself, how can life get better? Back in 1985, I became awake. And what this did was put a craving within me, a focus, a dedication, where I wanted to expand love, peace, and joy within my being, within my life. And so I started seeking this. I became a seeker. And as a seeker, I followed the breadcrumbs. Now the breadcrumbs are messages from my higher self and my spirit guides. And I followed these breadcrumbs to expand consciousness. Now I totally resonate with what Deepak Chopra says in this book, Super Brain. There are 5 steps to expanding consciousness. And the first step that I was introduced to by my guides is self-reflection. I used to sit next to the lake and write poems, and I've got a lot of these poems in my book, Healing the Planet from Within. The next step was self-awareness, to become aware of everything that makes you you. And this is where these 2 aspects here, and we'll get on to the next stages in a minute, but these 2 aspects of expanding consciousness is what I bring you through in my coaching packages. We cover 100% you, where I take you through an in-depth process we call inner work, where you explore what I refer to as your signature patterns and your personal template for living. Now, these are the matrix of social constructs, your beliefs, your thoughts, your attitudes, your behaviors, your emotions and feelings, everything that boxes you in to this world of duality. And once you explore that, you can start to see it. It's like, you're in a dark cave. How can you do anything? How can you create? How can you make changes? How can you expand unless you turn the light on? So in this one coaching package, 100% you, we expand your consciousness with self-reflection and self-awareness so you can see every aspect that makes you you. And once you can see these threads of life that creating your world, you can start changing them. And then you start getting more in depth with self-awareness. And this is where we go into mindfulness, another coaching package. And the mindfulness will take you through, hey, I can see my thoughts as they are. And I'm going to choose other thoughts right now because my thoughts are creating my reality. And then you start transforming your core beliefs, those sabotaging core beliefs that are creating sabotaging patterns. And then you start generating feelings of positivity. I mean, we're talking about not just not positive thoughts, but real, true feelings. You're activating positivity. And this is my next stage of evolvement in expanding consciousness, because then I wrote books, Get Jiggity with Positivity, and How to Activate Positivity for Better Living. Now, these are very simple reading books, certainly not in depth, because the idea is we don't want to get into the intellectualizing of positivity. I want you to start practicing the feeling of it in your body, because this is a true path to expanding consciousness. So you're getting into activating positivity. And once you get to this stage, life becomes real fun, because when you start activating and you're consciously aware of your thoughts and you're putting them in place, you're transforming core beliefs, you're transmuting old family patterns, which is affecting your whole family, and then you're activating positivity feelings. There's 10 forms of positivity. I say there's 11 because I've added the wonderment as a form of positivity. But we're talking about, gratitude and peace and serenity and amusement and joy. And of course, then there's love and pride and awe and inspiration. I mean, there's so much juicy goodness there that you can activate every day. Now, imagine this for a minute, and I'm going to go back to the theme of this book. If you were doing this as a life practice every day, as I'm doing, then you will start to generate a different level of vibration within your body and on this planet. And that's why I titled this book, Healing the Planet from Within, because if everyone around the world was doing this life practice, on the path to expand consciousness, the expansion movement, then the world would change. It would be better. So you can also have a look at this book. I highly recommend this one. Taps into self-reflection, self-awareness, and conscious choice making. All of this is in my material. I've got free personal development worksheets on the website, and you can download them absolutely free and get active with the stages of how to expand consciousness, of how to, just get active with it. I can't stress that any more deeply. I can't stress that any more deeply in words. So I want you to feel what I'm saying. That if you don't do the practice, you don't expand consciousness. It's absolutely vital that you get into this practice if you want to expand your consciousness and move towards the path to ascension. And in this book, it says the exact same thing. Self-reflection, self-awareness, conscious choice making. And then when you're ready for that, you move into meditation and transcendence. Thank you for joining me on my website. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Please feel free to look around